I mean, I can't tell people what to post or what to say. But Nicki Minaj damn sure needs to stay away from anything, posting anything about kids, trans or otherwise. She supports a dude that is on the Epstein list 1,000 times. She's actually married to a registered sex offender, a pedophile. She shouldn't be able to watch Jason Kidd or listen to Kid and Play or New Kids on the Block. Hell, she got to walk around the aisle with Cabbage Patch Kids on it. And she damn sure should stay away from Sour Patch Kids.
This whole Nicki MAGA Minaj situation just got even messier, and the internet is absolutely locked in right now. DL Hughley officially stepped into the conversation, and once he spoke up, fans felt like their suspicions were finally being said out loud. According to him, a lot of people believe Nicki's sudden Trump praise isn't about politics at all. It's about survival, leverage, and protecting her inner circle.
Nicki Minaj's brother and his attorneys thought he would be walking out of court a free man today. Jelani Mirage was convicted last November of repeatedly an 11-year-old girl.
Minaj's husband pleaded guilty to failing to register as a sex offender. Kenneth Petty was convicted of attempted rape of a 16-year-old girl in 1990.
The theory floating around is that she's aligning herself with Trump because he's known for handing out last-minute favors and controversial pardons. And fans think that could benefit her brother, who was convicted of serious crimes, and her husband, who has legal restrictions tied to his past. Now let's be clear, this is speculation, not a fact claim, but the timeline is what has people side-eyeing hard. For years, Nicki had zero love for Trump. She dragged him publicly, called him out, mocked his leadership, and never held back. The receipts are everywhere. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, she flips the script and starts calling Trump a role model for men? That didn't sit right with a lot of people, especially since just months earlier, she was openly criticizing Trump on X for pardoning Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez. Back then, she clearly wasn't impressed at all. So fans are asking the obvious question, what changed so fast? Because this wasn't a slow shift. This was a full-on U-turn. And to a lot of people, that kind of switch usually comes with a motive.
And that brings me back to our great president and this administration. You're young men. You have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president.
I talked to Donald Trump, and I told him that you were performing tonight. I asked him if he was a fan of yours.
Oh.
What do you think he said?
He probably said, "Who's that?"
No, he didn't.
DL Hughley made it clear that when celebrities start cozying up to powerful figures they once dragged, it's rarely random. And now that old clip is resurfacing where Trump says, "Oh, and I told him that you were performing tonight. I asked him if he was a fan of yours." That moment alone has fans convinced there's way more happening behind the scenes. At this point, the streets are watching closely, the questions keep stacking up, and Nicki's every move is under a microscope. This story is only getting louder. Now let's break down DL Hughley's reaction to Nicki suddenly sipping for Trump and getting real cozy with Erica Kirk at AmFest last weekend. During her sit-down with Erica, Nicki went on a strange rant about MAGA being all about protecting the kids, claiming she personally cares deeply about child safety. She even doubled down by saying this concern was especially strong when it came to white kids, which instantly made people pause.
Bad ones. We have some bad people in this country that have to go out. We're going to get them out. We're going to secure the border. And once the border is secured, at a later date, we'll make a determination as to the rest. But we have some bad hombres here, and we're going to get them.
I don't want what was done to little black girls done to little white girls. I don't want it done to any girl.
That moment alone had the internet scratching their heads. And here's where things got uncomfortable fast. Nicki positioning herself as some kind of protector of children didn't sit right with a lot of people, and DL Hughley was one of the loudest voices calling it out. He pointed out that when you look at the people Nicki has defended and stood beside publicly, that speech hits way different. In a video response, DL didn't hold back at all. He said Nicki is the last person who should be talking about protecting kids, given who she's married to. DL straight up said she shouldn't be posting anything about children at all, saying her husband legally can't be within a certain distance of them. Then he added, "It ain't Gavin Newsom she needs to worry about, it's Chris Hansen." That line alone had the internet on fire. DL didn't stop there either. He doubled down in a follow-up video, making it clear he wasn't apologizing or walking anything back. According to him, When public figures start preaching morals that don't match their real-life choices, people are going to call it out every time. And just like that, Nicki's AmFest comments went from a political moment to a full-blown controversy. But jokes aside, a lot of fans are now saying this MAGA pivot might be about way more than just Nicki's husband. People believe her brother could be a major part of why this whole switch feels so forced and sudden. For years, Nicki Minaj has stayed completely silent about her brother in public, and fans say that silence was never accidental. Her brother, Hughley Miraj, was convicted of extremely serious crimes and is currently serving a 25 years to life sentence. Despite the conviction, Nicki reportedly wrote to the judge asking for leniency, which shocked a lot of people when those details came out. According to court records, the case involved abuse against a minor family member, with testimony describing repeated incidents over a long period of time. Investigators also presented physical evidence during the trial that supported the verdict. In January 2020, Hughley was officially sentenced, and the case was considered closed by the courts. What fans can't wrap their heads around is that even after all of that, Nicki still publicly supported her brother. In her letter to the judge, she described him as patient, gentle, and selfless, which caused serious backlash when the details became public. Now fast forward to today, and fans are calling out what they see as a major contradiction. This is the same person now going on rants about protecting kids and praising Trump as a role model for men. To many people, that message doesn't line up with past actions at all. What adds even more fuel to the fire is that Nicki spent years publicly dragging Trump, not just during his first term, but even when he announced another run. So for fans watching from the outside, this sudden flip feels calculated, rushed, and way too convenient to ignore. For years, Nicki Minaj made it crystal clear where she stood on Donald Trump, and it was not love at all. She dragged his anti-immigration stance non-stop and even baked those shots straight into her music. Fans still remember her track Black Barbies, where she rapped lines calling out Trump's attitude toward immigrants and the fear many people felt at the time. That wasn't subtle shade, that was a direct hit. Outside of music, Nicki also clowned Trump heavily on social media. Back when he first ran for president, she roasted everything from his appearance to the way he awkwardly tried speaking Spanish. One moment that really stuck was when she reposted a clip of Trump butchering a Spanish word and captioned it, "It's the clueless face that really has me laughing." Fans ate that up because the mockery was loud and clear. She didn't stop there either. In her MTV documentary, My Time Now, Nicki openly called Trump out as an example of misogyny in the industry, using him as a symbol of the kind of behavior she pushed back against. At that point, her stance couldn't have been clearer. Fast forward to 2020, and Nicki was still firmly anti-Trump, even while other black celebrities started endorsing him. She made it very clear she wasn't hopping on the Trump bandwagon. Her words, not anyone else's. That's why fans were stunned when, just last July, she shaded Trump again over his decision to pardon Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez. At that moment, Nicki was still openly criticizing him. So when you line all this up, the lyrics, the posts, the interviews, the documentary moments, fans are asking how someone who spent years dragging Trump is now calling him a role model for young men. That switch-up feels loud, sudden, and impossible to ignore. It's clear this whole MAGA switch-up is very recent, and fans are clocking the timeline hard. We're talking just a few months, because how does someone go from shading Donald Trump to calling him the greatest president ever in that short of a span? Not long ago, Nicki Minaj was openly throwing shots at Trump for pardoning Desiree Perez, the same woman Nicki has accused of trying to damage her career. That criticism was loud, public, and very clear. Fast forward a few months, and now the tone has flipped completely, leaving fans confused and suspicious. So people are asking the obvious question, what happened during those few months? What caused such a sharp turn? Nobody outside her circle really knows the answer, but that hasn't stopped fans from sharing their theories, and some of those opinions are wild. Some commenters are claiming Nicki seems erratic lately and questioning whether she's spiraling. But to be clear, those are just fan opinions being shared online, not confirmed facts. One fan wrote, "I was done when she started ranting nonstop. Why would she be a role model acting like that?" Another went even further, claiming the shift might be money-related, saying she needs financial leverage and political connections to stay afloat. Then there's the other side of the conversation, where fans believe this sudden pivot isn't about politics or money at all. They think it's strategic. The theory is that Nicki could be aligning herself with Trump to help her brother's legal situation and possibly ease restrictions tied to her husband's past. No matter which theory people believe, one thing is clear: this switch didn't happen slowly. It was fast, loud, and messy, and fans are dissecting every move like never before. And now the conversation online has completely exploded because people on X are not holding back at all. One user flat out claimed that Nicki Minaj isn't fooling anyone, saying she's aligning herself with Trump to help her brother and protect her husband from their legal issues. That post spread fast, and the replies only got louder from there. Another user jumped into Nicki's post where she was defending Christians and wrote that both her husband and her brother are legally restricted from being near certain places involving children. That comment alone sparked a whole new wave of backlash, with people accusing Nicki of speaking on morals she doesn't live by. Some critics went even further, saying she knowingly married a man with a serious past, continues to defend her brother despite his conviction, and then turns around and talks about protecting kids and faith. According to them, that contradiction is impossible to ignore, and they believe her public stance doesn't line up with her personal choices at all. Again, these are opinions being shared online, not confirmed facts, but the volume of criticism is undeniable. Fans and critics alike are questioning whether this is who Nicki has always been, or if something behind the scenes pushed her into this sudden MAGA moment. So now it's your turn. What do you think really happened here? Is this a full mask-off moment, or do you believe this whole political shift is tied to her husband, her brother, and all the legal drama surrounding them? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more deep dives, and make sure you don't miss the next one, because this story is far from over.